Hello everyone. Welcome to Bundesliga Matchday 25 review. Got a bit late because that World Cup final was going on, where India won the back-to-back T20 World Cup. First of all, congrats to everyone. Huge achievement by Team India. So now back to business, back to football, back to Bundesliga. It was Matchday 25 in our league. I know top of the table looks very brutal right now. I mean, we Bayern Munich, we are leading the pack as expected. It's all due to our sheer hard work, a brilliant coach, and a brilliant chemistry between the players and the teams who have been putting a lot of effort. So we faced Gladbach in the real Klassiker back in the day. We faced the Falls, who was struggling and fighting relegation right now. So the game started very one-sided, to be honest. We started pretty much up front. With the ball, with the possession. Tactically, there was a change in this game. Harry Kane had some ankle issues, so he did not start. I think it was a good decision given, Champions League round of 16 is just around the corner. We are facing Atalanta on Tuesday. So it was a good game management by the coach and by the medical team. Nicolas Jackson, he got the rare start for FC Bayern Munich. So he was the pure striker this time with Musiala and Diaz on the left and right. Olise was also rested. I think another well-deserved rest for him as well. And Lennart Karl started in place of him. And in the midfield, Pavlovic was rested. Kimmich and Goretzka started. And in the back four, Laimer came back and Bishop started as a left back. So that's how we lined up. And in the game, like we started pretty much, dominating the ball with Laimer. He was playing as, his usual position. That's, in that right mid zone, I should say, because the amount of ball which we have, it actually becomes that right mid zone only, not the right back zone. So he was an inverted midfielder in the mid, supporting Kimmich and Goretzka in the midfield duties, and Leonard Karl. He was operating fluidly between the right half spaces, and he was very tough to mark for Glaba. Both Dix and Elvedi, they were very confused, who should be marking him. And because of that, his early strike with the Goretzka through ball, it was ruled out. It was a brilliant strike, and he made a brilliant movement, which was not picked at all by the defense. And then, the red card of Rokoritz, it kind of changed the game. I mean, we already were in the lead, but I mean, that was a red. It could have been, we can call the red was 50-50 call, but that was a clear penalty. And Bambi, he scored the goal and it gave us the lead. And then, the numerical superiority, it was no way out, to be honest, for the Glaba defense and the Glaba team. But surprisingly, we did concede the goal at the end of it. We became a bit laid back, and that costed us the the clean sheet. And Glaba found themselves on the score sheet. But there was one major worry again. Manuel Neuer, the goalkeeper, he got injured again. These calf injuries, these muscle injuries have been a regular for him this season. I really hope the best for him. He should take his full time this time and then come back. And I really hope he does not rush that decision this time. He is a crucial member of the squad, but also, him being on and off, it breaks the rhythm for Urbig as well. That's another point which I really want to, point out. That's a big worry for us as well. He comes back, then, Urbik sits on the bench, then sadly he gets injured, and then Urbik comes back. And given we are moving to the clutch season, uh, I really do not want, our goalkeepers to lose their rhythm at this point of time. So that's very crucial. And coming to the scorers, it was Diaz who opened the scoring for us, and then Diaz assisted Laimer for the goal. And then in 55th minute, the Leeds got the red card, and the penalty was given to Bayern. Then Jamal Musiala made it 3-0. And then Lennart Karl, a beautiful assist by him. He made a beautiful fast low cross, which Nicolas Jackson tapped into the goal. It really, bamboozled Gladbach defense. They had no clue with that, cross coming. All in all, a beautiful game by Lennart Karl as well, who lately was off form. But I think this is a absolutely right moment to pick up the form, because we are moving into that clutch half of the season, and we really want to, have our all players in form and scoring goals, because that is what FC Bayern Munich is about. So that was the first game, and Glaba are struggling at 25 points, if I am right. Yep, it's 25 points on 12th position. Like I mentioned last time, positions don't matter right now, because there's a very very tight gap between the teams. So moving to the other game, where the relegation battling team, Werder Bremen, the old horses of Bundesliga, they got a stunning 4-1 victory versus Union Berlin. A massive 3 points, which temporarily lifts Bremen to 25 points as well. So the game started with Berlin getting the early penalty, and Kohn scored the opener. But after some time, Schaffer, he got a red card for a stud-up challenge on the ankle of Bremen player. That was 1-0 to Berlin in the score sheet, but they were down to 10 men. And it didn't take too much long after that. I think after 12 minutes or so, Damon opened the scoring for Bremen with a scope with a with a stunning strike outside the foot. It was a beautiful went to the far post, and then Bremen made a quick 2-1 with Stage scoring the 2-1 for it was 2-1 for Bremen, and then Stage, he in halftime it was 2-1, and going back, coming back into the half in 48th minute, Bremen with Stage hits the post. It was all Bremen, to be honest. After the red card, there was no way out for them. And when the third goal came, it was a unfortunate mistake by Young, ex FC Miami player. Ball hit him on the back, the poor clearance, and it fell to the path of Schmidt, who made a beautiful pass to Grull, and he scored the goal in 66 minutes. So that was 3-1, and then there was no way out for Bremen with the one for the Union. I apologize, with that one man down, they were not able to come back. And to rub the salt to the wounds, Kovic, he scored with his first touch of the game, made it 4-1, and it wrapped up the crucial 3 points for Bremen, who temporarily are out of the relegation zone right now. Moving to the next game, it was Saint Pauli versus Frankfurt. That game was 0-0, didn't offer much. Saint Pauli, they dropped crucial points. So right now, with Bremen going up, it is Saint Pauli on 24 points who have come to that relegation playoff zone spot. So no team is safe right now. And by the way, Frankfurt kept another clean sheet, so now they are on 7th position with 35 points, right there for that Europa Conference League spot. So Albert Rieta side, they are making some good progress, to get the spot back in Europe in some form or the other. Now moving to the next game, it is again a relegation battling side, FC Cologne versus Borussia Dortmund. So the game didn't start well for Cologne, the Billy Goats. So Dortmund, they opened the scoring in 16th minute, with Gracie making a smart finish. So there were not many chances created after that. But sadly for Cologne, in right at the halftime, Simpson Puse, he got the red card, a straight red card again for ankle up challenge. Stud up challenge on the ankle. It was a straight red, and Cologne were down to 10 men. So coming back from the halftime, Bayer, he started the move in 60th minute with a quick 1-2 with Julian Brandt, and he finished the move as well. So that was 2-0 to Borussia Dortmund. After the game became a bit slow, Cologne did get one goal back with Kaminsky in 87th minute, but it was too late, and 10 men Cologne, they could not salvage the point. And Cologne right now are on 24 points. Right now, so basically we have three teams on 24 points. Cologne being one of them, they are on 14th position. It's extremely tight at the bottom of the table. But there was an very, very interesting news after the match. Julian Brandt, he would be leaving Borussia Dortmund at end of the season. I mean, that was a bit of surprise for me. And secondly, I won't say it was not a surprise as well, because he has been very inconsistent for them. But I thought he could be a good role player for Dortmund. But apparently, they might not be renewing him, and they would be letting him go for free. So I would love to know the thoughts from Dortmund fans. What do they think about this, news which is bringing up? So, would they love to would they love to keep Brandt, or if they are okay with him leaving? But from me, as a maybe a general fan perspective, and all over, I would say, I mean, he's one of that what if players, what if talent of Bundesliga. He never really picked up the pace, always hit and miss player. Not a player who you would build your squad around, and he has done nothing substantial for Dortmund as well. So now moving to the next game, that was a thriller to be honest. A 3-3 game, Freiburg versus Leverkusen. Leverkusen wouldn't want such type of game just before they are facing Arsenal, who have been in some kind of form. So it was a thrilling game with Grifo scoring early, and then Kofane equalized for Leverkusen, and then Suzuki, he was brilliant for them in that first half. He scored in 43rd minute, and he hit a long range shot in 45th minute, but he was denied by the goalkeeper. But right at the halftime, Leverkusen won the free kick in that dangerous area, and man, Grimaldo, what a free kick taker he is, man! And with that goal, he becomes the leading goal scorer from free kicks this season in Europe. A well-deserved, kind of a title, you can say. But yeah, a good tag for him. He is absolutely brilliant from those set pieces, and that made game 2-2. And after halftime, Terrier, he gave Leverkusen the first time lead in 53rd minute, 52nd minute, made it 2-3 for Leverkusen. But again, then Manzabi, he made a beautiful dribble, and he made a long shot, but that was off the target. And it looked like Leverkusen might be able to, get those 3 points, and they could have, would have been just 1 point behind Leipzig, but that didn't happen. Matthias Ginter, he scored a beautiful header from the cross in 86th minute, and he equalized the game for Freiburg. And in 89th minute, we all thought Ginter might have won the game for Freiburg, but sadly only to be ruled offside at that point of time. So it was a absolute instant classic of Bundesliga, 3-3 Leverkusen versus Freiburg. Freiburg battling for that UECL spot with Frankfurt. They are 1 point behind Frankfurt right now, 35 and 34 respectively. But Leverkusen, I don't think they would have wanted such kind of dress rehearsal before the Arsenal game. I mean, that game could be very very tough on them. So let's see how that game goes. Now moving to our next game, another relegation battling side, Mainz versus Stuttgart, and Stuttgart, they are aiming for top four, but that game ended in 2-2. Both team, both the teams dropped the crucial points for their respective pursuit. For Stuttgart for top four race, and Mainz in the pursuit of the safety. Mainz started, man. They were absolutely dominating Stuttgart in the game. Stuttgart were getting rattled by their high press. They were not able to play out from the back. They even made a mistake from the back, but Mayans could not, score at that opportunity when Jacques made a brilliant block, and then the second chance which came off that, it hit the post. But that was pretty much in the second half. In the first half, Mayans so my Sung scored from a header in 39th minute. Before that, I think they were 2 to 3 absolute shooter for Mayans, which they missed. And then when they came back into the game after halftime, Beckham missed another chance in 55th minute from a counter. And then came that chance which I was talking about. They were not allowing Stuttgart to play from the back, and they fumbled. They made a absolutely stupid mistake, but sadly Mainz could not capture that moment, and they missed their chance. And versus Stuttgart, they are a very smart side as well. You cannot be missing chances versus them, and that it literally came to haunt them when Demirovic and Undav, just between the span of 1 minute, they scored 2 goals, and it was 2-1 Stuttgart, and looked like that Stuttgart is going to run away with the 3 points, but not to be. Da Costa, who assisted the first goal, he scored the goal in 90 plus 1 minute, which salvaged 1 point from Mayans, and it helped them, from going to that relegation playoff sport zone. So they are, I'm just looking at a table, they are right now on 24th position. Oh, sorry, 24 points, and just ahead of St. Pauli on the goal difference. Mine has minus 12, and St. Pauli has minus 17, and Cologne has minus 9. So that's a table. Cologne minus St. Pauli on 24 points each. So that's very 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 tight at this point of time. So moving to next game, Leipzig versus Augsburg. So suddenly from being relegation battling side, Augsburg are challenging for that UECL spot. So this game could have really put them right there in that matchup. So but they lost to Augsburg, or they lost to Leipzig. They had an early penalty, which Kevin Schlotterbeck missed in 22nd minute. And then but Fellhor opened the scoring in 39th minute. So it was 1-0 at the halftime, and going to second half, Leipzig hit the post in 65th minute, but it was all Leipzig from there. Augsburg were able to dominate the ball at some point in time, but Diamonde, he hit them on a counter for the beautiful equalizer in 76th minute, and it was 1-1. And again in 82nd minute, Augsburg hit the post, and that literally summed up the night for them. It could have been a big, crucial 3 points for them. Yeah, bringing him right tied up with Freiburg, but not to be. And to give them more pain, Chavez, he scored an unlucky own goal when the cross, which was parried by their goalkeeper, he hit Chavez and went to the net, back of the net, which gave a crucial win for Leipzig, who right now are tied with Stuttgart on the points, or that the points tally is 47 for both, and they are only behind Stuttgart on the goal difference. Stuttgart is on plus 16 goal difference, and Leipzig plus 14. That number 3-4 spot is looking very very tight right now. Hoffenheim managed to get that win, the crucial victory at Heidenheim. Otherwise, this could have been bad for them as well. They got a 4-2 victory versus the bottom of the team sitting at the bottom of a table, with Pras getting the brace, Aslani and Lampre being the other two scorers, and Kerber for Hoffenheim, he got the brace as well. But Hoffenheim, I don't think there's any saving of them. But Hoffenheim just got the crucial 3 points, and they are right now on 49 points, if I believe. Let me check the points. Yes, they are on 49 points with plus 20 goal tally, a goal difference, which is keeping them on third. And they are 6 points behind Borussia Dortmund at this point of time. And moving to the last game, spicy news coming up from Wolfsburg. They lost to Hamburg. All 3 goals were penalty. They lost 2-1 to Hamburg. Eriksson scored the penalty for them, and then Vuskovic and one more penalty taker from Hamburg. Let me check the name of the player. He scored the winning penalty for them. Who was it? Yep, Dompe scored the penalty in 58th minute, which proved out to be the game winner. And then Marius Muller for Wolfsburg, he got a red card at 90 plus 9. But the real news was Wolfsburg have sacked both their coach and their sporting director as well after this result. They are right now second last in the table with 20 points, and this is looking horrible for them. With only 9 match day left, they have to get themselves together, or this is not going to, end well for them. They are really looking a prime candidate for that relegation spot. It is really looking bad for them. The fall has been, in front of our eyes. They were the Bundesliga champions in 2008-9 season, and now in the span of around 18 years, they might be going down, which is a bad news for Bundesliga, I would say, because they were the team who used to keep up at the top, and now they might be going down. And I think they have taken the right decision of checking the coach. Let's see who becomes the new coach for them, and if they are able with that, new coach energy, is able to save them. So that is, very that is looking very bad for them. So now let's talk about Diamond Shaft. World Cup is coming. The March-April break is coming. So there is a bit of, squad news coming as well. Julius Nagelsmann had an interview last weekend. So he will be picking up the squad for Switzerland versus Ghana game, which might be nearly identical to what the World Cup roster might look like. So he has not given any big hints on Karl and Bishop if they are going to the World Cup, but he did say that Alex Pavlovich might be the starter. And then he also said that he sees Goretzka as the starting mid with Pavlovich, which has, like I discussed in the last video, it has created a huge uproar with Felix Namesha doing well for Dortmund. Then, it was a surprise, why Goretzka with his limited time will be starting for the national team. On the other front, Musiala is back. Wirtz would be back soon as well from injury. We really hope, they are both fit and firing. It has to be seen if, Florian Wirtz gets picked up for the national squad. Have to check on his injury news and his injury update as well. So that's how it looks like. Do give your thoughts. What does your, the roster for the World Cup looks like? Who should be the nominees for this international break? That's an interesting topic to talk about. Now, last but not the least, let's talk about table. It is us, Bayern Munich, leading the pack with 66 points, and Dortmund on 55 points. We have a 11-point clear lead over Dortmund. And then, like we discussed, Hoffenheim, Stuttgart, and Leipzig, even Leverkusen. They are just apart by 6 points for those two positions that might, become very critical. Frankfurt have picked up bit of a pace lately, and they are on 35 points on 7th for that UECL spot. And man, at bottom of the table, it looks absolutely packed. From uh, Gladbach, who are on 12 points, to Wolfsburg. Gladbach, who are on 12th position with 25 points, to Wolfsburg, who are on 17th position with 20 points. They are only differentiated by just 5 points. That's less than two wins. It will just take two wins or one draw or something. It would completely change the picture of how it might look at the bottom of the table. And Union Berlin are on 28 point with on the 11th position. They kind of are looking, uh, you know, safe right now, but the way this season is going, you never know how things might change and how quickly things might change. So that's how the Bundesliga match day is looking. The Bundesliga table is looking after 25 match days, and on for the next match day, we have a big game: Leverkusen versus Bayern Munich. That's a big game. Let's see how that turns out, and then we have another big game, that is Stuttgart versus Leipzig. It could really decide, that the differentiator between the two teams. They are right now just divided by the goal difference. So that's a huge game which I am looking up to in that front. So let's see how that games turns out to be. And also, there is Bremen versus Mainz, another relegation battling sides battle. So that might be very interesting as well. So that's the wrap from my side from the total football. I would love to hear your opinion on who would be the who might be going down and who will be in the top four. And also, with the international break coming up, I would love to hear your opinion on the squad as well. So with that, take care. Have a good one, everyone.